Hello my friends, this is Cossack 84 here with a tabletop review of my Marlin 336 chambered in 35 Remington. I want to talk to you about why I like this rifle and why I really like the 35 caliber bullets that it shoots. Um, Primarily I use this rifle for brush hunting out in the sticks in the forest. I shot it out to 200 yards at some steel plates, and it's plenty accurate to take deer-sized game out to 200 yards, and I think it's got plenty of power to do that as well. The main thing that I really like about it is the how handy this thing is. When I first got it, about 2.5 years ago, I was having trouble with the buckhorn sights, them shooting little off to the left or to the right, I can't remember now, and the windage adjustment on this rifle is that you have to either push the front sight off to the left or to the right with a hammer punch or some kind of tool adjustment, and I really didn't like that much, so I went ahead and got a Williams peep sight, and I really like this sight because you can really fine tune to exactly where this rifle will shoot. Other than that, I didn't do anything but to put this sight on here. I never had any type of malfunctions or jams or anything like that. Main thing you gotta keep in mind was Marlin 336. I don't know about the other models. Is keep this screw tight down, because if it loosens up, the magazine retainer or clip here, bullet might pop out of the magazine and jam up your action. That's the only complaint I heard about this rifle, but I never had that problem. I want to talk to you about also what kind of ammunition I shoot. I started casting my own bullets here about 6 months or so, because as you know, price of ammo, even reloading components, just keeps going up and up, and I like to shoot a bunch, and to keep the cost of fun down, I started, besides loading my own ammo, also casting my own bullets. And my favorite my favorite bullet that I shoot is RCBS 200, 35-200. And I load them to about factory power, muzzle velocity about 2,000 feet per second, maybe a little hair under that, but they average about 2,000 feet per second. And the best group I got using this bullet and this load was under an inch, and but average group size about 1.5 MOA at 100 yards, and at 200 yards about 5 inches or so, which is plenty accurate to take a deer. And that was with the rest shooting it at the range using a bench and a nice rifle rest I have. I really like the 35 caliber because I have 357 and 380 that I load for as well, and I can shoot all those bullets that I shoot in 380 and 357 through this rifle. For example, I cast little 125 grain Lee, I can't remember the name of the Lee mold that throws this bullet, and I shoot this bullet in 380 in 357 and my Marlin here. Like, this is a loaded 380 cartridge using this bullet, and 37 Magnum. And ammunition loaded was this little cartridges, or this bullet is really cheap, and that's how I can afford to shoot 200 rounds a weekend on Saturday without breaking the bank. Back to the 35 Remington. Here's the lubed, gas checked, and sized RCBS 35-200. That's what's loaded in here. I like the meat plat on this bullet. I was thinking about sending off the mold to get a hollow pointed, but I don't know, we'll see. It kills deer just fine using this bullet as it is. It's a fine bullet. You can load it to shoot in 37 as well as 35 Remington. Just in comparison, here's a 7.62 by 54 loaded was a RCBS 314-299. It's 30 caliber, 200 grain bullet as well. This is just for a size difference between 7.62 by 54R and 35 Remington. Another thing you can load in this and for this rifle is this 158 grain gold dots. They primarily, people use them to load 357 Magnum, like this one here, but I believe this one is 125 grain Buffalo Bore. I had this cartridge, I got a box of this cartridge for a while because this is the hottest load you can get for factory ammo, and it's by Buffalo Bore. I believe they're coming out at 1600 feet per second from a 4-inch GP 100, which is smoking hot for 357. Anyway, yeah, this 158 grain bullet loaded in 35 Remington, you can load it up to 2600 feet per second, and they explode if you hit anything soft tissue target with it. And I shot some milk jugs. They don't penetrate very deep, but they're absolutely devastating. This little thing just completely disintegrates when it hits soft target. So if you have coyotes, if you got a coyote you want to dispatch, or some other varmint, that's what I would use. To take this rifle down, it's real simple. You open lever up, and here's what I do when I clean it. You open lever up, make sure there's nothing in the chamber. Always make sure there's nothing in the chamber. And I checked this rifle a couple of times before I started this review. Yeah, look in the chamber and try to feel, make sure there's no cartridge in there. Open the lever up, unscrew. My hand's blocking the view. Unscrew the lever screw, take it out, pull the lever straight out. You can press the hammer back and just out comes the bolt. After you pull the bolt out, there's a ejector down there now. I don't know how well you can see it, but it comes right out, and this is all I do to disassemble and clean this rifle. That's about it. This is real awkward here trying to do this in front of the camera, but I'm gonna put this rifle back together. You just drop the ejector It's got a little pinhole in there to where it drops in. And then put the bolt back in. My camera here run out of space. Anyway, you slide the bolt back in. Insert the lever. Put the lever screw in. Tighten it all down. And do a basic rifle check. And that's it. Once a year I tear it all apart and clean it nice and good and oil it everywhere. But there's really no need to do it each and every time you take it out shooting or hunting unless you get it wet or something. Because it's not like a semi-automatic where some of the gases get cycled back. It all really stays on the bolt face and breech and the barrel of the rifle. I guess that's it. Alright folks, have a nice day.